Fox 51 is your local election headquarters. Independent candidate Neil Katz is still making waves on his bid for State House District 6. And a lot of religious leaders from all across East Texas are throwing their support behind the Tyler rabbi. Katz says that he is running for the seat to address concerns from parishioners and make sure their voices are heard. He says his platform is built on providing quality education for all Texas students, improving infrastructure in Tyler, growing the business community, and giving control back to local governments instead of having state leaders in Austin make decisions for us. Katz says running as an independent for him was the only choice.
For me personally, as a faith leader, somebody who has the opportunity to work with the left and the right, I don't dismiss anybody, and so I wasn't really interested in running a campaign that dismissed one side or the other. We are in such a moment of political polarization, and the tribalists on both sides demonize the other side. I really didn't want to be part of that.
Katz is up against Matt Schaefer, who currently has the seat. Schaefer's running for re-election as a Republican. Now, we reached out to him yesterday for comment, but he did not return our phone calls. Happening today, the League of Women Voters in Smith County are providing a class for new and hesitant voters. It's called Voting 101. Instructors will address your questions and concerns about Election Day. The class will be held at the Tyler Public Library starting at 5:30 later on today. The League of Women Voters has also made a new website called vote411.org. This right here is a one-stop shop for all of your voting questions and concerns.
We get people registered. We do a good job of that. A lot of people are registered. They just don't take that next step and go to the polls. So we want to hopefully change that dynamic.
Get out and vote. The League also wants to address concerns about the voting system and your fears about how to use those machines. And some important dates to remember. The election is Tuesday, November 6th. Early voting for the general election begins on Monday, October 22nd, and ends on November 2nd. Also, the last day to apply for ballot by mail is Friday, October 26th. Now, when you get out to the polls, there are some things that you need to cast your vote. According to votetexas.gov, you have to have a valid ID. That can be your driver's license, passport, or even your handgun license. If you don't have one of those, you can bring a utility bill, bank statement, or your birth certificate. National Day ahead, President Trump continues to campaign for GOP prior to the midterms, and the FBI agent who accidentally shot a man at a nightclub is arraigned. Here's a look at the day ahead all across the country. President Trump is going to be traveling to Montana, starting his swing of campaigns through critical western states. Secretary of State Pompeo heads to Panama City to discuss U.S.-Panama relations, counterterrorism, and illegal migration. And Chase Bishop, the FBI agent you see there who accidentally shot a man in a Denver nightclub, appears in court for his arraignment hearing. Bishop will reportedly be charged with second-degree assault for that incident right there. Coming up next here on Fox 51 today, battling the fears breast cancer treatment can be incredibly scary, but new tech could make it easier.
Just know there's really cool technology that are, speaking and helping the patient.
We're going to show you what it is and what it's doing. And bitter battle on the gridiron this weekend as the Dallas Cowboys take on the Washington Redskins. We're going to hear from Mickey Spagnola about what the boys need to do to secure a win.
And Daniel, I don't know about you, but I'm already tired of this rain, right? No, you're not?
No, I like it whenever I can sleep.
Okay, that's always good. Yeah, it's good sleeping weather, but it looks like our rain chances are going to be increasing. I'll let you know exactly when coming up after the break. Stay with us.
You're watching Fox 51 Good Day with Kara Rucker and meteorologist Eric Mangus.
minute. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and as we know, doctors have made huge strides in treatment whenever it comes to that deadly disease, whether by radiation or surgery. And this morning, there's a new device being used to help breast cancer patients. Fox's Marina Hughes fills us in on this breakthrough technology.
It's so great to see you.
So good to see you.
Oh my gosh.
Dawn Wyant was diagnosed in February of 2017 with breast disease.
Having breast disease is a very scary concept.
6 months later, she had tissue removed at UW-Medicine using a new technology called Savvy Scout.
This is the Savvy Scout device or console and the Savvy Scout probe. So many women who are diagnosed with early stage breast cancer, it's too small to feel or see that tumor, and so we need some way to guide a surgeon as to how to remove it.
A Savvy Scout reflector, smaller than a grain of rice, is placed into the target tissue days before surgery. Then, during surgery, the Savvy Scout machine uses radar to detect that reflector, allowing the surgeon to find the best path to the tissue or tumor.
This is her initial biopsy clip. This is the Savvy Scout device right adjacent to that clip. And that clip is activated by the infrared light, so we could see it at the time of surgery.
In the past, patients have needed a wire inserted into the breast on the day of surgery.
When you're facing surgery, that's threatening enough, but it's a level of instability that for all of my friends who have breast cancer, that was the one piece that really got me nervous and uncomfortable.
Dawn says this newer, less invasive technology gave her more peace of mind.
I was able to have the device implanted and ended up flying down to LA for a Persian wedding 2 days before I actually had surgery. And so it was just a very comfortable and secure feeling knowing that that had been taken care of in advance of the actual surgery.
Doctors say this technology helps increase the likelihood of complete cancer removal and reduces the chances that the patient will need a second surgery.
I feel like, you know, one, just as a woman, be smart, take advantage of the technology, just know there's really cool technology that are, you know, speaking and helping the patient be more comfortable and have it a little less scary.
And now, your East Texas Storm Team forecast with Brian Alonso.
All right, everybody, we're going to start you with the radar here. We continue to track some showers here across parts of deep East Texas, some rolling across the Crockett area and Houston County, moving up toward the north and east. But there are a couple of showers right around Livingston and Woodville. That is also moving up toward the north. So for you folks, especially in our southern parts of our viewing area toward Lufkin and San Augustine, we could see maybe a couple of showers as we go through the rest of our morning. Now, I want to show you the water vapor imagery because it's very cool, because this is showing exactly what's going on. We've got a whole lot of moisture moving in from the south. That's why we're dealing with a whole lot of clouds here. And at the surface, we continue to get those winds out of the north. And that's what Futurecast is indicating here. We got a lot of clouds, and what looks like rain chances are going to be with us. But then that front is going to be moving on through on Saturday, and that'll give us a chance for some of those showers, maybe an isolated storm. But I can tell you, we're going to start to see some clearing conditions by Saturday afternoon as that front continues to move further south. And then we're going to be expecting a whole lot of sunshine, especially on our Sunday. So there is light out at the end of the tunnel. We just got to wait a couple of more days. Taking a look at the day planner for today, well, a stray shower going to be primarily south by 9 o'clock, and by 5 o'clock, a few showers possible with the temperature right around 62 around the Tyler Longview areas. And by 8 o'clock, we'll see winds out of the northeast, so roughly about 10 miles an hour, with temperatures dropping already into the 50s. As far as the next 7 days, looks like we're going to be increasing those rain chances, but that would be toward the afternoon, evening hours of our Friday. Showers going to be lingering into the early part of our Saturday. It's lots of sunshine on Sunday. A few more clouds on Monday, but then I've got another chance for some showers in the forecast by Tuesday, and even better on Wednesday. But temperatures going to be roughly into the 50s and 60s. Even for our friends at Deep East Texas, continue to look at those high temperatures in the 60s with those increasing rain chances as we head towards Friday into the early part of our Saturday. For the latest weather information, head over to our website, easttexasmatters.com. Daniel?
That is right, Brian. As the Dallas Cowboys prepare for the rival against their Washington Redskins, first place is on the line in the NFC East. Thankfully, though, a leading pass catcher has emerged from the pack in veteran Cole Beasley. The Silver Star Nation's Mickey Spagnola explains how the former SMU star is embracing that role.
After 6 games, Cole Beasley is leading the Dallas Cowboys with 26 catches for 294 yards and 2 touchdowns, thanks to his 9-reception, 100-yard performance against Jacksonville. He has a definition for what he thinks a #1 receiver is.
I don't know. Just #1 receivers is just who gets the most targets and, you know, who gets the ball. Other than that, I mean, everybody has their prototypical idea of a #1 receiver, but really it's different based on offense and what kind of system you're in. I mean, Welker was the #1 receiver for New England forever, and Edelman, and you know, guys like that. So he doesn't have to be 6'4" and, you know, win on fade balls and go over the top of everybody all the time. #1 can be how your offense chooses to use a guy, and, you know, depending on what kind of skill set he has.
In 6 games, Beasley's almost matched his totals from last year when he finished with 36 catches for 314 yards and 4 touchdowns.
And we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Isaac's Mike 54321 12345.
In today's Cashcast, it's hard to say. Anyway, social media giants like Facebook, Twitter, and Google have been capitalizing on the creative content of millions. They do that by tracking our activities online. Why can't you do the same? In today's Consumer Watch, though, Karen Kafa has a look at 2 companies rewarding you for your data and content.
Every time you like, comment, and share anything on Facebook, you're creating valuable data. So what if you could get paid for it? Blockchain-based social networks like Steemit and Permission.io are already doing that.
We can see the world's billions of people find opportunity online to earn and make a living in ways that they aren't able to today.
Steemit CEO Ned Scott says his platform has distributed $40 million worth of digital currency since 2016. The company says they do not sell any user data, meaning users are able to earn tokens in exchange for content, which keeps control of personal data in the hands of the users themselves. Permission.io pays users to watch ads. CEO Charles Silver says his platform doesn't sell data to marketers or advertisers. Instead, users interact with those advertisers directly.
Your data has tremendous value. A user will choose what they want to watch based on, how personal and relevant it is, combined with how much the advertiser is willing to pay them to watch.
Both pay you in the form of cryptocurrency, which you can cash out in dollars. When you use centralized sites like Facebook, they collect and control your personal information. But these tech companies operate on an opposite model. In a decentralized network, there's no central authority that can manipulate or prevent the distribution of content.
Local, experienced, trusted. This is KETK Today.
It is now 6:26, 7:26 on this Thursday morning. I have no idea why I said 6:26. Apologize about that, folks. The temperature is dropping, and that means it's time to turn on the heat as you bring out the space heaters and start up your fireplace. And there are some important safety tips to remember. First, make sure you have at least one functioning smoke alarm on each level of your home. Before you purchase a space heater, make sure it has no recalls and that it has a tip over switch, meaning that if it falls over, it turns off. Remember to plug it in directly into an outlet, not an extension cord, and turn it off before going to bed. Keep the space heater at least 3 feet away from anything that is combustible.
There are a lot of fires that are caused by the electric space heaters, and it's the older ones that don't have the tip over switch, so if they get knocked over, or animals, your pets are there, your children, or just in the house itself, if it's on an uneven surface, it can fall over.
Curry says if you heat your home with a fireplace, make sure that a certified professional cleans out and inspects that chimney every single year. It is now 7:27. We're going to check in with meteorologist Brian Alonso. Brian, right now I'm using a space heater. Can you blame me? I want to save some cash.
Well, I mean, I think you could use maybe a couple of extra blankets. I think that, save some energy and save some money, right?
Blankets?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's cheaper.
The one with the tiger on it.
Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah. Okay. Looking at the Tyler Tower cam, we're dealing with a whole lot of overcast skies here, and it looks like we're going to start to see already some showers rolling across parts of deep East Texas, especially right around the Houston area or Houston County area. And most of these moving off toward the north and east, but there's a few more showers right around Corrigan, and these are going to be moving up toward the north. But as far as temperatures right now, into the 50s, but it is going to be getting into the 60s as we go through our afternoon high temperature. Mostly cloudy with a few showers. Winds are going to be out of the northeast at 10 to 15. And then tonight's forecast, we're going to go with an overnight low temperature right around 53 degrees with a passing shower. And over the next 7 days, rain chances increasing as we go through tomorrow afternoon, evening hours, and that rain chance will linger into the early part of our Saturday. But a whole lot of sunshine will be returning on Sunday.
Your East Texas forecast first is brought to you by PetersCars.com.
And good morning, everybody. On the Tyler Tower cam, we're dealing with a mostly cloudy to cloudy sky here, and temperatures right now into the 50s. 57 degrees in Tyler, 57 in Longview, and 57 degrees in Lufkin. 57 is a real popular number. But as we go throughout our day-to-day, temperatures are going to be increasing into the low 60s by 5 o'clock. A few showers are going to be possible, and there could be even a couple of showers even by 8 o'clock. Winds are going to continue to be out of the northeast at 10 miles an hour. Your news continues right now.
Coming up this half hour, more fallout as another arrest is made in the sexual abuse scandal that shocked the gymnastics world. A man who allegedly helped Larry Nassar is now in handcuffs. We're going to tell you what authorities say he did. And protecting our students, we're going to show you steps a Texas school is taking to keep its kids safe in the event of tragedy like a mass shooting. Down the race between Senator Ted Cruz and Beto O'Rourke could come down to just a few votes. That's how close it is, but we're going to show you the role President Trump could play in it all.
You're watching Fox 51 Good Day.
Good morning, I'm Daniel Pearson. Thank you very much for joining us for Fox 51 Good Day. My colleague Kara Rucker has the morning off. We begin with some breaking news overnight. Another arrest has been made in the massive sexual abuse scandal that shook the sport of gymnastics. The former president of USA Gymnastics has been arrested for possibly trying to cover up Larry Nassar's abuse. U.S. Marshals, as you see there, arrested him on Wednesday. An indictment alleged that he ordered the removal of documents at a Texas facility related to Nassar's activities, sexually abusing more than 150 women and girls. Authorities accuse him of destroying or hiding those documents to thwart investigators. In June, he repeatedly invoked his Fifth Amendment rights during a Senate hearing on the Nassar abuse. A Texas school district will be the first in the state to debut a new level of protection for students. Fox 51 State Capitol reporter Wes Rappaport looks at this new bulletproof equipment and why some say it's not the right focus for student safety.
You might expect to see this body armor on law enforcement, but the creator of this rectangle says it could save the lives of students.
Protection at ground zero.
Edna ISD will be the first district in Texas to use this upgraded bulletproof gear.
To ensure that we have provided our Guardian staff with all the appropriate training, as well as the best and latest protective gear.
As part of that commitment, the district ordered a dozen bulletproof vests from a company called Unequal.
It not only stops handguns, but it'll stop shotguns as well as stab.
For their Guardian program participants to use. They also are considering investing in backpack inserts for students.
The students have alternatives.
The district is using funding from a federal grant program called Title IV, which aims to provide students a well-rounded education, keep students healthy and safe, and improve the use of technology for better achievement. Schools pay $350 for each vest and $99 for every backpack insert.
Putting kids in bulletproof outfits is not high on our priority list.
While the armor serves as a physical protection, some worry the focus is misplaced.
It's wrong to say to parents, when you're back to school shopping for those new shoes, pencils, notebooks, don't forget to pick up the bulletproof material.
Edna ISD's superintendent says the district is working on mental health training and other kinds of comprehensive support to supplement the physical changes to campuses.
I want to feel good about the fact that we have done all that we can do.
Wes Rappaport reporting there. Edna ISD administrators have not purchased any backpack inserts yet, as officials decide whether to buy inserts for students or let families decide to purchase them on their own through the school district. Something you should know, White Oak ISD trustees have added a project to their bond. A high school parking lot is now part of the $19 million bond. Now, according to the superintendent, completion of a new high school science wing is all that is left, but because of that construction, parking spaces were lost after heavy construction equipment. So now $56,000 of contingency money will be used to resurface the damaged parking lot. And Spring Hill trustees have approved a lower bid for its new baseball and softball complex on Monday. Among the approved improvements were changing dugout levels, changing the fencing, and adding turf. Now, turf on both fields will reduce practice time lost because of weather. A donor also stepped forward with a $245,000 donation. And up north, the Texarkana ISD board has approved plans to renovate the pool at Texarkana College. Officials say the pool has become too much of a financial burden and is in need of repair, and renovations are expected to cost about $2 million. The 30-year lease agreement calls for TISD to absorb that cost, plus everyday maintenance repairs are expected to close the pool starting in January. Fox 51 is your local election headquarters, and President Donald Trump is throwing massive support behind his former challenger, U.S. Senator Ted Cruz, today. After a heated debate between Cruz and Democrat candidate Beto O'Rourke earlier this week, the polls continue to show a pretty close race. Fox 51's Washington correspondent Anna Warnicki shows us the role that the president could play as he heads to Houston next week.
Mike, we're less than 3 weeks away from the midterm elections, and the race for Texas Senate seat is going to be a close one. And now President Trump is weighing in and offering his help.
President Donald Trump took to Twitter Wednesday morning to once again throw his support behind Republican Senator Ted Cruz and take a jab at Cruz's Democratic challenger, Congressman Beto O'Rourke, calling him a flake.
If you have this special relationship with President Trump, then where is the result of that?
O'Rourke questioned Cruz's bond with President Trump during Tuesday night's televised debate, pointing out that not too long ago, the two were more like enemies than friends.
He's dishonest. It's why the president called him Lying Ted, and it's why the nickname stuck, because it's true.
But Cruz, who is asking Texas voters for 6 more years in the Senate, says his relationship with the White House has never been better.
The difference is that I'm able to work with President Trump and make the case to President Trump.
The president is flying down to Texas on Monday to headline a Make America Great Again rally with Senator Cruz in Houston, the same day early voting starts in Texas.
Cruz is hanging on to a single-digit lead in the latest polls. O'Rourke hopes to close that gap by distancing himself from the president.
Our junior senator will not stand up to President Trump. He won't stand up against him, and he won't stand up for us.
Congressman O'Rourke again repeated his call for impeaching President Trump. That's the very essence of not civility.
O'Rourke and Cruz have a grueling schedule of campaign stops around the state through Election Day on November 6th.
It's going to be a fight to the finish line. Early voting starts Monday, and Election Day is November 6th. In Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki, Fox 51 News.
Wednesday, Republican Senator John Kennedy reacted to President Trump calling adult film actress Stormy Daniels horseface. The president tweeted the insult after a federal judge dismissed a defamation lawsuit against him. The Louisiana senator appeared to defend the comment, but he clarified his statement.
We've all done something like that before.
Have you?
We all have. Well,
you
yeah, we all
tweeted something
have.
like that?
No, I wouldn't tweet it, but we all have. I mean,
no, hold on, Senator. Come
but
on.
It's,
no, we all haven't. Most of us actually resist insulting people publicly.
well,
we used to.
Let me make my point, and that's a fair point, Allison. I think most people have. They made fun of somebody else in the way they looked. It's not right. It happens all the time now on social media. It detracts substantially. That's an understatement. I wish the president hadn't done it. I think the president clearly has, he grows anxious when he has unexpressed thoughts. There's some things you shouldn't say.
He says he has previously told the president his personal thoughts on his controversial tweeting habits. The 85th annual Texas Rose Parade is this Saturday, which means downtown Tyler will be filled with beautiful floats. These elaborate creations are made in Dallas by a family-owned business called Lone Star Parade Floats. On Tuesday, they started driving them to Tyler. Clyde Waits tells us that he's been creating the floats for the Texas Rose Parade for 11 years. For close to 5 months, they're known as the theme to be Rock the Rose. A month ago, though, work began. Glitter and tinsel are great, but the main emphasis, as always, is on the dress.
77 parades a year, so there's always a constant flow of props and floats coming and going. One of the biggest things with Tyler, obviously, again, is coordinating the colors of the dresses and everything to match the floats themselves and trying to come up with a particular prop design that will actually carry the theme out.
The 85th annual Texas Rose Parade will be broadcast live on our sister station, KETK, beginning at 9 a.m. on Saturday. The Rose Festival is our city's longtime tradition, now celebrating its 85th year. This year's theme, of course, Rock the Rose. Fox 51's Kara Rucker introduces us to the mastermind behind the moves.
Learning the moves, finding their groove, and tapping those shoes. Mrs. Lynn Ramey's passion pours out onto the dance floor.
Good job, dancers.
But her platform is a lot bigger than just this studio. She's responsible for all choreography of the Rose Coronation and has been for 20 years.
It is very humbling and it is an honor, and I do appreciate being a puzzle piece is the way I look at it. It's a 1,000-piece puzzle, and I am certainly just one of the pieces.
When it comes to the Rose Festival, it's all about showing pride for our East Texas culture.
It's just so special when you love where you live.
And there's an interesting history specifically behind Miss Lynn's involvement. Before she stepped into this role, it was her dance teacher at Tyler Junior College.
It's special that I get to step into his shoes.
But that's not it. Little did she know she would marry a man with his own Rose Festival connection.
His grandfather is the founder in 1933 for the Texas Rose Festival.
And their family continues to play their role.
Great-grandfather and grandfather and grandmother, and then my daughter being in it. It is passing the torch to me, which is very special.
Kara Rucker, KETK News.
Our coverage of the 85th Annual Rose Festival continues all week long. We're going to be out there with Marcus Bagwell and Olivia Sandusky and the rest of our KETK News team over on our sister station. That station is going to be broadcasting the parade live beginning at 9 a.m. Again, that is on Saturday. And another fun tradition in East Texas, the Ellen Trout Zoo is getting ready to host their annual Zoo Boo. It all takes place Friday and Saturday nights from 6 to 8. There will be lots of Halloween fun for everyone, including the little kiddos, as well as a costume contest for children and trick-or-treating. Get your tickets early by purchasing them online. Contact the zoo for more information. Coming up next on Fox 51 Good Day, Hurricane Michael's death toll continues to climb. What the official numbers are now for the lives lost after the storm. And bring the heat. Covering yourself up in just a blanket sometimes can't get the job done during these cooler months. The simple steps that you can take, though, so you can stay safely warm.
And coming up after the break, we're going to be talking about our rain chances. Plus, I'll let you know when the sunshine will return. Plus, we'll also have the forecast for the parade coming up in just a couple minutes. Stay with us.
Mountains of debris and shattered lives. Just more than a week has passed since Hurricane Michael tore through the Florida Panhandle, and for some, the recovery process will be lengthy. John Lornick explains how big of a project is ahead for so many.
Mexico Beach, all but unrecognizable to those who call this place home.
It's almost like you're in a dream, like it's not really real, but you know it is.
Residents are literally picking up the pieces left by Hurricane Michael.
Pictures, anything that's you can't replace, just the things that are irreplaceable.
Our house, what's left is a concrete slab, and everything that the house and whatever was in it is in that pile of debris that's up at the street.
Hurricane Michael is responsible for at least 32 deaths in 4 states: Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and Virginia. Roughly half of the confirmed fatalities were in Bay County, Florida, where Michael landed at Category 4 status. But sheriff's deputies say they're finding more victims as the water recedes. They also say people who didn't evacuate could be buried beneath piles of concrete, wood, and metal. Despite the damage, residents say a renaissance is on the way.
we will rebuild and we'll be okay.
This isn't the end of Mexico Beach. We still have a big story to write, and we're going to write one.
FEMA has teams in Florida helping residents register for disaster help. There are also dozens of distribution stops in Florida and Georgia where victims can get food and water. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Just incredible images that we've seen.
You know, and the one thing that we always reiterate during hurricane season is only takes one.
Yep.
And here we saw that too, you know.
We saw this one, I mean, Hurricane
Harvey, know, last year, and of course, yeah, so it's just kind of, yeah, just always tough to see those images.
But here in East Texas, the main thing that we've seen is rain.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that we're having to deal with.
Relentless at times,
Exactly, across much of the Lone Star State, especially over towards the San Antonio, Austin areas. Right. Definitely seeing a whole lot of rainfall. And of course, we've seen a whole lot of rainfall here across our area. So yeah, that's also been not a whole. I mean, it's been good.
It's been good because of the drought monitors.
Right, it's been good, but it's a little too much sometimes.
Right.
But anyways, let's talk about the pollen count right now. We got moderate counts on mold, but we're not detecting other pollens out there. Hey, let's talk about the forecast for the parade going on this weekend, the Tyler Rose Parade. And it looks like we're going to be having to deal with a couple of showers because there's going to be a cold front that'll be starting to make its way into East Texas. Temperatures primarily into the 50s, and we could even get up to 60 degrees by noon. Winds are going to be out of the north-northeast about 10 miles an hour. All right, so on the radar, we continue to see a few showers, especially in parts of deep East Texas. As we zoom on in a little bit, you can see some of those showers starting to still continuing to be in Houston County, but more showers, especially further to the south near Livingston, Woodville. That's moving up toward the north, and a few more showers will be possible, especially for these folks later on today. And we could even get in some, especially around the Tyler, Longview areas. As far as temperatures right now, 57 degrees in Tyler, 57 in Longview, 57 degrees in Lufkin. But as the futurecast indicates, we could see some of those spotty showers here as we go throughout our afternoon. But as we go towards Friday afternoon, starting around midday and through the evening hours, this is when we're going to be expecting our rain chances to really ramp up here, and it could affect some of those football games, and there could be some showers to contend with. I'm not expecting any lightning, but it just looks to be more on the wet side. As far as our forecast for today, we'll see those temperatures going right around 58 degrees by 9, 62 by 5 o'clock with a few of those showers a bit milder, and winds out of the northeast at 10 miles an hour tonight at 8 with a few showers still lingering across the area. All right, the 7-day forecast. Rain chances again will be increasing as we go toward the afternoon and evening hours of our Friday. Those rain chances into the early part of our Saturday, but then we'll start to see clouds breaking up in the afternoon. Rain will move further to the south. We're going to see a whole lot of sunshine on Sunday. It's going to be fantastic. Look at that, high temperatures in the 60s, mid-60s, and we'll have a few more clouds on Monday and a slight chance for some showers on Tuesday and Wednesday. And even for our friends in deep East Texas, rain chances will be increasing as we go to the beginning the next couple of days here, but Sunday looking pretty good, and highs pretty much in the 7-day period will be primarily in the 60s. For the latest weather information, you can head over to our website, easttexasmatters.com. Daniel?
I think right now, as the temperatures continue to go through this roller coasters and dropping, that means that it's time to turn on the heat. Now, as you bring out your space heater and start up your fireplace, there are some important safety tips that you need to remember. First, make sure you have at least one functioning smoke alarm on each level of your home. Before you purchase a space heater, make sure it has no recalls and that it has a tip-over switch. Remember to plug it in directly into an outlet, not into an extension cord, and turn it off before going to bed. Keep the space heater at least 3 feet away from anything combustible.
There are a lot of fires that are caused by the electric space heaters, and it's the older ones that don't have the tip-over switch, so if they get knocked over, or animals, your pets are there, your children, or just in the house itself, if it's on an uneven surface, it can fall over.
Now, he says if you heat your home with a fireplace, make sure that a certified professional cleans out and inspects the chimney every year. Next, Netflix exclusive show Orange Is the New Black might not come back. What the streaming service has planned for the popular dramedy. Stay with us. And retiring their role, the yellow canary is moving on into the old bird's home when he plans to leave his nest. Up next. In today's entertainment news, listen up, Netflix fans, stop it. The popular streaming service is canceling one of its most popular shows. Orange is the New Black is wrapping up in 2019. Netflix is officially canceling the prison show after the upcoming 7th season. The dramedy debuted back in 2013, earning an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Comedy Series and another for Outstanding Drama Series. Brian, have you watched it?
No, but you know what? Kate Mulgrew, I like her. She was Captain Janeway on Voyager. I need to see it.
Like Star Trek Voyager?
Yeah, Star Trek Voyager. Loved it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Star Wars fan, he's Star Trek. We're not going to get along. Just read the next story, Brian, because we can't.
All right. the man behind the biggest bird on Sesame Street is leaving the best-known block in the world. Puppeteer Carol Spiney announced that Wednesday that he's retiring from the roles of Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch. Spiney has performed both characters since the children's show premiered in 1969.
Can you think about that?
Oh, this is a long time ago. Before joining the show, he served in the Air Force, then worked in Las Vegas. He eventually met Jim Henson at a puppetry festival in 1962. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Like, he spans not only your childhood, but my childhood.
Yes.
And everybody out there's childhood. That's so, wow. Now, Nicole Kidman has a new thriller. Peter Jackson is wowing audiences, and Taylor Swift is talking politics again. David Daniel fills us in on today's entertainment news with Hollywood Minute.
I'm mad. I'm still mad. It's burned a circuit in my brain.
Here's your first look at a barely recognizable Nicole Kidman in Destroyer, as a police detective haunted by a long-ago undercover assignment. Destroyer hits theaters December 25th.
Sikkim Italian were virtually obliterated within minutes.
Peter Jackson has another hit. The World War I documentary, They Shall Not Grow Old, made an estimated $731,000 in just one night, playing on 247 screens in the UK. Jackson used modern production technology to colorize century-old black and white footage and convert it to 3D. The strong response is prompting talks about a wider release. Taylor Swift made headlines recently with a rare political statement believed to prompt some thousands of people to register to vote. Now she's working to get them to the polls. On Instagram, Swift urged fans to vote early in the U.S. midterm elections, posting a link to an early voting calendar and a photo of her feet with her toenails painted a patriotic and nonpartisan red, white, and blue. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
It doesn't matter if you register, you have to get out there and vote.
Absolutely. So we'll talk much more about that, of course, in the coming days. But, of course, we'll also take a look at our forecast for this first hour coming up.
And it smells like pork. That's what this canine sniffed out while he was on the clock. What this pup found after following his nose. Stay with us. Yeah, stay with us. You're watching Fox 51 Today. New on the net, one little piggy did not make its way home. You see what I did there, Brian?
Oh, I'm just so sad about this. No.
Okay. All right. Now, Customs and Border Protection K-9 sniffed out the cooked pig at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Hardy, as you see there, is a member of the Beagle Brigade, and by the look on his face, he's very pleased with his discovery. And upon further examination, a 2-pound roasted pig head was revealed. Unfortunately for Hardy, though, officials seized the illegal pork, then destroyed it. They do that to stop diseases from entering the U.S. And you could just look at his little face in the background.
Yeah. Well, that's a good picture.
I did a good job.
Yeah.
I imagine
Did his job. I imagine
that's how he sounded.
That's good voice.
Good job.
All right.
So what do we got weather-wise?
So it looks like for our forecast today, you might want to take the rain gear just to be on the safe side, because we got a slight chance for some showers as we go throughout our day this afternoon. But the rain chances are going to be increasing as we go through our afternoon and evening tomorrow, and those rain chances will be lingering to the early part of Saturday. But looks like we're going to get some sunshine, so there's light at the end of the tunnel, Daniel. I'm totally excited about that because I want to see the sun return. Yeah, before the rain chances next week in the midweek.
Right, Brian. Thank you. I appreciate it. Coming up, leaving the Llano River, residents in Central Texas feel no sympathy for the intense flooding that's destroying their homes.
Llano River is one of the untamed rivers of Texas. You know, you just get what Mother Nature sends you, but you better be prepared.
How some refuse to give into the high waters. And stop and smell the roses. The Texas Rose Festival opens up this morning after a ribbon cutting. Fox 51's Olivia Sandusky will be there for the ceremony, and she tells us what you need to know about the festival before heading out the door.
Mic check, mic check.
Your East Texas Forecast First is brought to you by PetersCars.com.
And good morning, everybody. On the Tyler Tower Cam, we're dealing with a mostly cloudy sky here, and I think the mostly cloudy skies will continue as we go throughout our day today, and we could see a couple of spotty showers as we go through the afternoon. Taking a look at 5 o'clock, temperature of 62 with a few showers, a bit milder, but by 8 o'clock, still maybe an isolated shower still going on. Winds are going to be out of the northeast at about 10 miles an hour. Your news starts right now.
Coming up, flooding fears. Lives are still at risk this morning as the water continues to rise in Central Texas. We're going to show you how long it could take for people to return to their homes. And drainage discussion. All this rain in East Texas is helping one city learn more about problem areas, specifically about water runoff. We're going to show you what they're doing about it. And in just a few hours, the ribbon will be cut, kicking off this year's festivities. And Tyler, Olivia Sandusky gives us a preview of what we can expect at the ceremony.
You're watching Fox 51 Good Day.
Good morning, I'm Daniel Pearson. Thank you very much for joining us for Fox 51 Good Day. My colleague Kara Rucker has the morning off. We'll begin with continuing coverage as major flooding is still causing problems for residents in central Texas this morning. As lakes and rivers swell, they have no disregard for life or property. Despite this, though, Alyssa Gord met with one man who says he is not leaving the Llano anytime soon.
The carpet Joe Johnson's mother installed in his Kingsland home is covered in mud. In the 40 years he's lived there, he's never seen the water as high as it was when the river barged inside Tuesday.
You know, there's big swells out there, you know, looks like a whale turning over out there. I mean,
and he couldn't believe it when a friend told him the 2900 bridge had collapsed.
You know, I was there when Lyndon Johnson was president, and I saw it being built. You know, and I thought, nah, that bridge isn't gone, and sure enough, it was gone.
Lawmakers got to see what's left of the bridge. Johnson says maybe some of them could help get disaster relief funding here, or an extra pair of hands.
Anybody wants to come volunteer, help me clean up, and come volunteer, help me clean up.
Despite the danger, he says he can't leave. He was born on the Llano River, and that's where he plans to stay.
Llano River is one of the untamed rivers of Texas. You know, you just get what Mother Nature sends you, but you better be prepared. You know, might send you a lot more than you think.
Meanwhile, heavy rainfall has brought Lake Travis to a dangerously high level. The lower Colorado River authorities forecasting suggested water levels at Lake Travis could rise to more than 705 feet above sea level. It has reached its highest level in more than a decade, and that's causing homes in the areas to flood. Governor Greg Abbott has issued a state of emergency in 18 counties here in Texas as a result of the flooding that we are seeing. Here's something you need to know as you head out the door to work. You need to be careful because the roads, they're still wet. Now, as we showed you yesterday, multiple traffic accidents were caused because of the wet roads, including 2 traffic incidents. The first left one man dead after a crash near a 4-way stop in White House. It happened at the intersection of FM 346 and FM 756 shortly after 7 in the morning. 18-year-old Keaton Ponder crossed over the center line, hitting 62-year-old John Talton of White House. Talton died at the scene. And the second incident involves an ARP ISD bus taking children to school. You can see it slightly tipped over and is resting on a hill at that point. Crews had blocked off portions of County Road 26 and County Road 244 to clear the scene. Officials tell us that the bus had moved over for an 18-wheeler, but as you can tell from how wet the roads are, it slid off. That is why we are showing you these images to remind you how important it is to slow down. Thankfully, though, in this situation, no one was hurt. We've seen at least 5 other fatal accidents in East Texas since the rain started this weekend. One person was killed in Upshur County. A driver was killed near Jacksonville after hitting a tree, and 3 people died after a major accident on I-20. So some things to remember when driving in the rain. Stay alert and stay focused. Turn on your headlights and beware of hydroplaning. Turn off your cruise control, and most importantly, slow down. You should know the relentless rain is exposing drainage issues around the city of Tyler, and they want to get your input on the matter. Take a look at this video. This is the gutter quickly filling with water at the intersection of Azalea Drive and Camellia Street. And in the middle of the road, if you look closely, you can see a massive pothole that only seems to be getting worse. This is one of the 10 known drainage locations in Tyler that the city is working to fix.
After the floods in 2015 and 2016, and before I got here, they identified 12 specific projects that needed to be addressed. But we're looking at the underground portion of our drainage system, and long range there'll be a proposed plan for improvements or management going forward.
Now, the city of Tyler says these drainage issues are in older parts of the city. They are developing a stormwater master plan. They're holding 2 meetings to address the problems. The first will be October 29th between 5:30 and 7 that evening at the Tyler Rose Garden Rose Room. Then November 1st at the Faulkner Police Substation meeting room at the same time. All right, so Brian, big question right now. Are we going to be seeing any more rain in East Texas before the sun comes.
Yes, it looks like we can see maybe a couple of showers, especially as we go throughout our day today, but it looks like rain chances are going to be picking it back up, especially tomorrow. Yeah.
Just in time for the Rose Parade.
Exactly. Looks like we're going to be kind of getting a little bit of drying out right now, but like I said, more rain's on the way. All right, let's take a look at what's happening here on the pollen count. The latest report that we got in, we've got moderate counts on mold here, but no other allergens being reported. As far as temperatures across the region right now, into the 40s and 50s. 40s a little bit further out towards the panhandle of Texas, 47 in Amarillo. We've got 50s along the I-35 corridor and 57 in Tyler and 58 degrees in Lufkin. Now I want to show you the satellite and radar combination because we continue to see a lot of moisture still coming in from the south. We got a whole lot of showers from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex further off to the west, and even more showers right around the Brazos Valley, even toward the I-10 corridor. And most of these showers also, especially south of Lufkin, are continuing to move up toward the north. And folks, especially out towards the south and west of us, still dealing with some flooding concerns. There are flash flood watches that are in effect from essentially Laredo to San Antonio, up toward the Austin area, over to San Angelo, and even points a little bit further north toward Abilene. But as far as us, we're not going to be concerned about flooding here, and it looks like we could see maybe a couple of spotty showers as we go throughout our afternoon, and some of those showers will be continuing as we go through the evening hours, but looks like our rain chances will be picking back up, especially as we head toward the afternoon on Friday. But I'm stopping the clock at 7 o'clock, show you there could be some showers, especially parts of Deep East Texas, but look what happens. By 5 o'clock Friday, we're going to start to see more of those showers and more rain entering the forecast here, and it looks like those rain chances will be still going on, especially for Friday night football. But right now we're not expecting any in the way of lightning, so there should not be really any delays there. But as far as our day planner for today, we're going to be going for those temperatures from 58 degrees at 9 o'clock with a stray shower south, but some of these showers are going to continue to move north as we go throughout our day. Temperature of 62 degrees and a little bit more milder compared to what we've been experiencing over the past couple of days. And by 8 o'clock, 59 degrees. Winds are going to be out of the northeast, roughly about 10 miles an hour. And like I said, I can't completely rule out a passing shower. As far as the high temperatures for the next 7 days, 60s today, 50s tomorrow, and then we'll go back into the 60s here. But I want to note here, our average high temperature for this time of year, 78 degrees. So we're talking about below normal temperatures, at least for the next 7 days. For the latest weather information, you can head over to our website, easttexasmatters.com. Daniel?
Thank you, Brian. Now, one thing the weather hopefully won't be impacting too much is the 85th annual Texas Rose Festival, which officially starts later on today. Fox 51's Olivia Sandusky is live at the Rose Garden, where not only does she have light-up guitars surrounding her, but she also found a cat earlier this morning. Now, Olivia, what can people expect whenever they come out?
Well, Daniel, one of the first things they can expect to see, besides a cute little kitty I did find, is this beautiful display behind me. You've got a crown, you've got guitars. They're all part of the Rock the Rose theme for this year's festival, which starts today at 10 a.m. with the ribbon cutting ceremony and also a morning prayer service. So each year, the Queen is the one who cuts the ribbon. I was there as they set up for the ceremony yesterday. You can tell so much hard work has gone into it. Almost all of the festival events are free except for the parade and luncheon. Liz Ballard is the director of the Rose Festival. She told me she's excited to watch the ribbon cutting and have this entire event officially kick off.
It'll be wonderful to open it up, the celebration. It's a great celebration for our city. Everybody's been working very hard for this for a whole year. So we anticipate the rain to move on out, but keeping our spirits bright.
Showers are expected to be on and off through the rest of the week, but Liz is encouraging everyone to come out and see the hard work that the community has put into this year's event. I haven't seen any rain so far, but Liz did tell me that events like this ribbon cutting ceremony will be inside. The only one she's a little bit worried about is the parade, because that one's a bit harder to relocate. So if you're going to come out, make sure you bring your raincoat, bring the kids, and get ready for a fun time at this year's Rose Festival. Reporting live from the Rose Garden, Olivia Sandusky, Fox 51 News.